physical. Wow. Yeah, it's happening time. Every time I'm reading books, I feel like my brain is awake. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. People do not. Every time I'm reading books, I feel like my brain is awake. Okay. So, yeah, I want to keep my brain awake. If people do nothing else, if at least give her hope and something positive to do in the long working hours in her brain. And that love the work as hard as possible in physical therapy, in purpose in exercise sessions. But she worked just as hard lying there faithfully doing her imagining and visualizing herself moving. Okay? One day as she was training with all her might to imagine her legs moving again, it seemed as though a miracle happened. The man moved, it began to move around the room. She screamed out, "Look what I'm doing, look. I can do it, I move. Yeah? Of course, at this moment, everyone else in the hospital was screaming too and running for cover. People were screaming, equipment was falling, and glass was breaking. You see, it was the recent San Francisco earthquake. Oh. But don't tell that to Angela. She's convinced that she did it. And now, only a few years later, she's back in school on her own two legs. No crutches, no wheelchairs. You see, anyone who can shake the earth between San Francisco and Oakland can conquer failing little disease. Can they? Wow. In 1977, I was a single mother. Still curious? In 1977, I was a single mother with three young daughters, a house payment, a car payment, and need to rekindle some dreams. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, it's sad in Korea, but it's raining now. Uh, Weather forecast says it will be rain up to uh, late evening. So, okay, let's see what's going on. Probably, I think it's it's not okay, appropriate, not proper, okay, not appropriate to do both today, I think. Okay, anyway, in 1970, I was a single mother with three young daughters, a house payment, a car payment, and need to rekindle some dreams. One evening, I attended a seminar and heard a man speak on the imagination mixed with the vividness become imagination mixed with vividness. Okay? become reality. The speaker pointed out that the mind thinks in pictures, not in the world, okay? And as we vividly picture in our mind what we desire, it will become a reality. This concept struck a chord of creativity in my heart. I knew the biblical truth that the Lord gives us the desire of your heart. And as I was determined to take my written prayer list and turn it into picture. I began cutting up old magazines and gathering pictures that depict the desire of my heart. I was arranged then with expensive forever and waited, expectant. I was very specific in my pictures. Thank you, Lord. Good looking man. A woman in a wedding gown and a man in a tuxedo. Bouquet of flowers. I'm romantic. Beautiful diamond jewelry. I realized. I rationalized. God loved David and Solomon, and they were two of the richest men who ever lived. An island in the sparkling blue Caribbean. Lovely of neck, new furniture. A woman who had recently become vice president of a large corporation. I was working for a company that had no female official. I wanted to be the first woman vice president in the company. About 8 years later, I was driving down California freeway, minding my own business. At 10:30 in the morning, suddenly a gorgeous red and white Cadillac passed me. Love, love, love.
여기서 한참
맛있겠어 for the soul. I looked at the car because it was a beautiful car, and the driver looked at me and smiled. I smiled back because I always smile. Now I was in deep trouble. Have you ever done that? I tried to pretend that I hadn't looked. Who, me? I didn't look at you. He followed me for the next 15 miles, scared me to death. I drove a few miles. He drove a few miles. I proud he proud, and eventually I married him. On the first day after our first day, Jim sent me dozen roses, and then I found out that he had a hobby. His hobby was collecting diamonds, big ones, and he was looking for somebody to decorate. I volunteered. We dated for about 2 years, and every Monday morning I received the long steamed red rose and love note from him. But 3 months before we are getting married, Jim said to me, I have found perfect place to go on our honeymoon. We'll go to St. John's Island down the Caribbean. And I think he said I never would have thought of it. I did not confess the truth about my picture. But Jim and I have been married for almost 3 years. It was then that we were moving into our gorgeous new home and furnishing it with the elegant furniture that I had pictured. Jim turned out to be the West Coast wholesale distributor for one of the finest Eastern furniture manufacturers. By the way, the wedding was in Laguna Beach, California, and included the gown and tuxedo as well. 8 months after I quit my dream group, I became the vice president of human resources in the company where I worked. In some sense, this sounds like a fairy tale, but it is absolutely true. Jim and I have made many picture books. Since we have been married, God has filled our lives with the demonstration of these powerful principles of faith as well. Decide what it is that you want in every area of your life. Imagine it vividly. Decide what it is that you want in every area of your life. Imagine it vividly. Okay, imagine it vividly. Then act on your desire by actually constructing your personal goal. Convert your idea into great concrete reality through this simple exercise. There are no impossible dreams, and remember God has promised to give His children the desire of their hearts. Everybody has a dream. Some years ago, I took on an assignment in a southern country to work with people on public. Some years ago, I took on an assignment in a southern country to work with people on public. What I wanted to do was show that everybody has the capacity to be self-sufficient, and all we have to do is to activate them. As the county to a group of people who were on public welfare, people from different racial groups and different family constellations. I would then see them as a group for 3 hours every Friday. I also asked for a little petty cashier to work with as I needed. The first thing I said after I shook my hands with everybody was, I would like to know what your dreams are. Everyone looked at me as if I was kind of reckless. Dreams? You don't have dreams?
너네 하루 너네 하루 동안 신발을 생각을 해봐야지.
아니 찾아봐야지.
I said, well, when you were a kid, what happened? Was there something you want to do? One of them said to me, I don't know what you can do with it.
요가 같은
That's the eating of my kid. Oh, I said, that's terrible, no phones. You are very much involved with the rest and your kid. How can that happen? Well, I could use a view screen door because there are holes in my screen door. I asked him, is there anybody around here who knows how to fix a screen door? There was a man in the group and he said, a long time ago I used to do things like that, but now I have terribly bad debt. But I tried. I told him I had some money if he would go to store and buy some screening and go and fix a radio screen door. Do you think you can do that? Yes, I tried. The next week, when the group was seated, I said, well, is your screen gone fixed? Oh, yes, she said. Then we can start dreaming, can we? She saw us smiling. I said to the man who did the work, how do you feel? He said, well, you know, it's a very funny thing. I'm beginning to feel a lot better. I have the group to begin to dream. This seeming small success allowed the group to see that dreams were not insane. Dreams were not insane. A small step began to get people to see and feel that something really could happen. I began to ask other people about these dreams. One woman shared that she always wanted to be a secretary. I said, well, what's standing in your way? It's always my next question. She said, I have 6 kids. I don't have anyone to take care of them while I'm away. Let's find out, I said. Is there anybody in this group who would take care of 6 kids for a day, 2, a week, while this woman gets some training here at the community college? One woman said, I got kids too, but I could do that. Let's do it, I said. So a plan was created and woman went to school. Everyone found something. The man who put in the screen door became a handyman. woman who took in the children became a line foster care person. In 12 weeks, I had all these people of public welfare. I've not only done that once, I've done it many times. Risky. Risking. Two seeds lay aside, or two seeds lay side by side in the fertile spring soil. Two seeds lay side by side in the fertile spring soil. The first seed said, I want to grow, I want to send my root deep into soil beneath me and grows my sprout. Through the earth's crust above me, want to unfurl my tender bow, like a banner to announce the arrival of spring. I want to feel the warmth of the sun in my face, and the blessing of the morning dew on my petals. And she's goes. Second, she said, I'm afraid that if I send my roots into the ground below, I don't know. What I will cut in the dark. If I push my way through the hard soil above me, I may damage my delicate sprout. What if I let my bird open and a snail try to eat them? And if I walk open my bosom, a small child may pull me from the ground. No, it's much better for me to wait until it is safe. And so she waited. The other hand, scratching around in the old spring ground for food from the waiting seed and from Aiden. Moral of the story. Those of us who refuse to risk can grow dead. Solve of my life. Overcoming obstacles. Yeah. Every time I'm reading books, I find some kind of wisdom and the light of life. Consider this. Let us tell. After Fred Astaire's first screen test, a memo from the testing director of MGM that in 1943 said, "Can't a slightly born can dance a rhythm?" Aztec had the name of the fireplace in his Bible song. Maestro said of the Vince Roman, he possessed minimal football-like legs motivation. Socrates was cold, an immoral corruptorial. And Daniel was in the fourth grade. His teacher, Mr. constantly said, Peter, Daniel, you're no good. You're bad at food, and you're never going to amount to anything. Peter was totally illiterate until he was 26. A friend stayed up with him all night and gave him a copy of a thing and grew rich. Now he owns the street corners he used to fight on, and just forming his latest book, Mr. Self-Little You Alone. With May Echo, the other little women was encouraged to find the world. Servant of seems impressed by her family. Batman handled the violin awkwardly and preferred playing his own composition instead of improving his technique. His teacher called him hopeless as a composer. The parents of the famous opera singer also wanted him to be an engineer. His teacher said he had no voice at all and could not sing. Charles Darwin, father of the theory of evolution, gave up medical career and was told by his father, you care for nothing but shooting dog and rat catching. In his autobiography, Darwin wrote, I was consumed by all my masters and by my father, a very old boy, well below the common standard in intellect. Yeah. So surprising. Human heroes one time was treated just like an idiot. Wow. Walt Disney was fired by newspaper editor for lack of ideas. Walt Disney also went bankrupt several times before he built Disneyland. Okay. Thomas Edison's teacher said he was too stupid to learn anything. Albert Einstein did not speak until he was 4 years old and didn't read until he was 7. His teacher described him as mentally slow, unsociable, and adrift forever in his foolish dreams. Louis Pasteur was only a mediocre pupil in undergraduate studies and ranked 15th out of 22 in chemistry. Wow. So surprising. Human heroes, one time they were treated like an idiot. Wow. Foolish. Wow. They overcome all kinds of obstacles to accomplish great deeds weighted things instrumental. Wow. Isaac Newton did very poor in grade school. The scholar Rodin father said, I have an idiot for son. Discarded as a world people in the school. Rodin failed 3 times to secure admittance to school of art. His uncle called him uneducated. Leo Tolstoy, author of War and Peace, flunked out of college. He was described as both unable and unwilling to learn. Wow. Unbelievable. Wow. Playwright Tennessee Williams enraged him play made by Shaw was not chosen in a press competition at Washington University where he was enrolled in English. The teacher recalled William denounced the judge's choice and their in charge. Employee at the dry goods store said he had not enough sense to wait on customers. Henry Ford failed and went broke 5 times before he finally succeeded. Henry Ford failed and went broke 5 times before he finally succeeded. David Ruth, considered by sports historians to be the greatest athlete of all time, and famous for setting the home run record, also hold the record for strikeout. Still any? Winston Churchill failed the 6th grade. He did not become Prime Minister of England until he was 62. And then, only after a lifetime of defeat and said that his greatest contribution came when he was a senior student. Okay, let's see and wait and real opportunity. Wow. Eighteen publishers turned down Richard Bell's 10,000 words to deliver Soaring Seagull. Jonathan Livingstone's before McLean finally succeeded in 1975, so 1975 have sold more than 7 million copies in the United States alone. Richard Crowe worked for 7 years on his humorous world novel, MASH, only to have it rejected by 21 publishers. Before Marlowe decided to publish it, it became a runaway bestseller, spawning a blockbuster movie and high successful television series. Beautiful. to say. It's still raining on Saturday. You're supposed to enjoy happy time on Saturday, but it's raining. Indian is bad. But for agricultural part, agriculture we need some rain for growing plants. Abraham Lincoln didn't care. The sense of obligation to continue is present in all of us. Duty to strive is the duty of us all. I felt a call to that duty. Probably the greatest example of persistence is Abraham Lincoln. Probably the greatest example of persistence is Abraham Lincoln, okay? If you want to learn about somebody who didn't quit, look no further. Born into poverty. Going forward, Lincoln was faced with defeat throughout his life. He lost 8 elections. Wow. Going forward, Lincoln was faced with defeat throughout his life. He lost 8 elections, twice, failed in business, and suffered a numerous breakdowns. Okay? Yeah, Lincoln's story is amazing. Lincoln, he lost 8 elections, twice failed in business, and suffered a nervous breakdown. Wow. That's why Lincoln was greatest president, greatest man in U.S. history, in human history. He could have killed many times. He could have many times, but he didn't, and because he didn't kill, he became one of the greatest presidents in the history of the United States. Lincoln was a champion, and he never gave up. Here's a sketch of Lincoln's road to the White House. In 1860, his family was forced out of their home. He had to work to support them. Wow. His mother died, failed in business, ran for state legislature, also lost his job, wanted to go to law school but couldn't get it. Borrowed some money from a friend to begin a business, and by the end of the year he was bankrupt. He spent the next 17 years of his life paying off this debt. Wow. He spent the next 17 years of his life paying off this debt. Then for state legislator, Jane was engaged to be married. She died and his heart was broken. He had a total nervous breakdown and was in bed for 6 months. So to become a Speaker of State Legislature, defeated. So to become elector, defeated. Then for Congress lost. Ran for Congress again. This time he won, went to Washington and did a good job. Ran for re-election to Congress, lost. Sought the job of land officer in his home state, rejected. Ran for Senate of the United States, lost. So the vice presidential nomination at his party's National Convention got less than 100. Then previous Senate again he lost. Elected 20 pass. The pass was 1 and 3 points. My foot slipped from under me, knocking the other out of the way. But I recovered and said myself, it's a slip and not a fall. Hmm. Lesson from a song. My son. My son Daniel's passion for shopping began at the age of 13. Even after school each day, he donned his red shoe, paddled out beyond the stop line, and waited to be challenged by his 3 to 6 foot companion. Daniel's love of the ride was tested one fateful afternoon. Your son's been in an accident. The lifeguard reported out upon my cousin Mike. How bad? Bad? And he surfaced to the top of the water. Point of the boat was headed toward his eye. Mike rushed in to the emergency room. And there were then sent to plastic surgeon's office. He received 26 stitches from the corner of his eye, a breeze of smoke. I was on an airplane flying home from speaking engagement. By then I was being pictured. Mac drove direct to the airport after they left the doctor's office. They greeted me at the gate and told me Dan was waiting in the car. Daniel, I questioned. I remember thinking the wave must have been involved that day. He's been an accident, but he's going to be fine. Hotel working mothers was smiling my head come true. Just further. Weather loop. I ran into the car software the head of my shoes. My son opened the door and my youngest son, at that time, was leaning forward with both arms toward me crying, "Oh, Ma, I'm so glad you're home." I saw him in his arms, telling him how awful I felt about not being there when the lifeguard called. "It's okay, Ma," he comforted me. "You don't know how to survive a man, what?" I asked him. complete myself. I'll be fine, the doctor. I can go back in the order 8 days. For the hour is mine. I want to tell him he wasn't allowed to go near one again until he was 35. But he said, I bit my tongue and prayed he would forget about shopping for forevermore. Forevermore. For the next 7 days, he kept pressing me to let him go back on the floor. One day after I emphatically repeated no to him for the 100th time, he beat me at my own game. Mom, you told us never to give up what we love. Then he handed me a bride. Home by because I remind me, it reminds me of my son. Martha son, well son, I tell you, life for me has been no crystal stair. It has beginning and splinters and bottom and placed with no preparation. So all the time I've been planning on and reaching turning corners and sometimes going wrong. You're there and being mobile. So boy, don't you turn back? Don't you sit down and stare? All this fine hard. Don't you fall out? While still going on. And I for me I'm being no crystal care. I gave in. Back then, Daniel was just a boy with a passion for something. Now he's a man with a responsibility. He ranks among the top 24 pro shoppers in the world. I was tested in my own backyard, an important principle that I teach audiences in this series. Passionate people embrace what they love. Passionate people embrace what they love and never give up. Good. Passionate people embrace what they love and never give up. The power. The power of determination. A little country schoolhouse was headed by an old-fashioned book-bagged whole store. A little boy had a job of coming to school early each day to start a fire and warm the room before his teacher and his classmate arrived. One morning they arrived to find the schoolhouse engulfed in flame. They dragged the unconscious little boy out of the flame building, more dead than alive. He had major burns over the lower half of his body and was taken to the nearby county hospital. From his bed, the dreadfully burned, semi-conscious little boy faintly heard the doctor talking to his mother. tummy is bad. The doctor told his mother that her son would surely die, which was for the best again. The terrible fire had devastated the lower half of his body. But the brave boy didn't want to die. He made up his mind that he would survive. Somehow, to the amazement of the physician, he did survive. And mortal danger was past. He again heard the doctor and his mother speaking quietly. The mother was told that since the fire had destroyed so much flesh in the lower part of his body, it would almost be better if he had died. Since he was doomed to be a lifetime cripple with no use at all of his lower limbs. Once more, the brave boy made up his mind. He would not be a cripple. He would walk, but unfortunately from the waist down, he had no mobility. His daily just dangled there, all but lifeless. Ultimately, he was released from the hospital. Every day his mother would massage his little leg, but there was no feeling, no control, nothing. Yet his determination that he would work was as strong as ever. And he wasn't bad, he was confined to the wheelchair. One sunny day, his mother wheeled him out into a yard to get some fresh air. This day, instead of sitting there, he threw himself from the chair. He pulled himself across the ground, dragged his leg behind him. He walked his way to a wide picket fence bordering their lawn. With great effort, he raised himself up on the fence, then step by step. He began dragging himself along the fence, resolved that he would walk. He started to do this every day until he wore a smooth path all around the yard inside the fence. There was nothing he wanted more than to develop life in those lands. Ultimately, through his daily messages, his iron persistence and his resolute determination, he did develop the ability to stand up, then to walk, hold things, then to walk by himself, and then to run. He began to walk to school, then run to school, and to learn for the sheer joy of learning. Later in college, he made the track team. Till later in the medical garden, this young man was not expected to survive, who would surely never walk, who could never hope to run. This determined young man, Dr. Glenn, and was faced his mind. Wow. Wow, wow. Amazing story. There are so many great men who overcome obstacles, serious obstacles of their life. Wow. Moving stories. What a moving story. What a moving story. Electric wisdom. Eclat wisdom, eclat. Eclat. You've got yourself there. When Marita was 13, it was the year of tie-dyed t-shirt, frayed jeans. Even though I had grown up in the depression and had no money for clothes, I had never dressed this well. One day I saw her out in the driveway. I saw her out in the driveway, rubbing the hems of her new jeans with dirt and rocks. Other guests and her ruining these pants had just paid for and ran out to tell her so. She continued to grind on as I recounted my survival of childhood deprivation. As I concluded without having moved her to tears of repentance, I asked her why she was wrecking her new jeans. She replied without looking up, "You can wear new ones." Why not? Just can, so I'm messing them up to make them look old. Such a total out of logic. How could it be the style to ruin new clothes? Each morning as she would leave for school, I would stare at her and sigh. My daughter looking like that? And there will stand in her father's old t-shirt, tie-dye with a big blue spot and stripes. people dust.
아니 여기서 병원이 더 가깝잖아.
I thought. And those jeans, so low slung. I feel if she took a deep breath, they'd drop off her rear. But where do they go? They were so tight, and still they could move. Afraid of battle. Held by the rock and strings that dragged behind her as she walked. One day after she had left for school, it was as if the road got my attention and said, "Do you realize what your last word to Marika each morning? My daughter looking like that." And she goes to school and her friends talk about their old-fashioned mothers who complain all the time. She'll have your constant command to country. Have you ever looked at the other girls in junior high? Why not give them a glance? I drove over to pick her up that day and observed that many of the other girls looked even worse. On the way home, I mentioned how I had overreacted to her ruining her jeans. I offered her a compliment. From now on, you can wear anything you want to school. And with your friend, and I wouldn't bother you about it. That'd be relief. But when I take you out with me to church or shopping or to my friend, I'd like you to dress in something you know I like without my having to say a word. She thought about it. Then I added, that means you got 95% of your way and I get 5% for me. What do you think? She got twinkle in her eyes. As she put out her hand and shook mine. Mother, you got yourself a deal. From then on, I gave her a happy farewell in the morning and didn't bug her about her clothes. When I took her out with me, she dressed proper without fussing. We had ourselves a deal. Great idea. Yeah, everybody has his opinion. So, to live a happy life, we need to do some kind of compromise. Right? Oh, it's still raining in Seoul. It's still raining. If I had my life to live, yeah. You're sad to say this spring day Saturday. But yeah, we are supposed to enjoy Saturday, right? But that it's raining. Most of us in urban area People in urban areas feel uncomfortable for Saturday raining, right? But in rural area, farmers will be happy because they have to grow plants. Yeah, and uh, this time of this time of season in Korea, farmers need rain really. Okay, they need bad rain. Yeah, so everybody has his positions in life, so we have to understand each other. Wow, if I had my life to live over, interviews with elderly and terminally ill do not report. People have regret for the things they've done, but rather people talk about the things they regret not having done. Wow. I'd dare to make more mistakes next time. I'd relax, I'd limber. Limbo. I'll be sillier than I have been this week. How to take a few things seriously. How to take more chances. How to take more risks. How to climb more mountains and swim more rivers. How to eat more ice cream and less beans. How to perhaps have more actual trouble. So that I have a few imaginary. You see, I'm one of those people who live sense plan same hour and hour and then oh, I've had my moments, and if I had it to do over again, I'd have more of them. In fact, I'd try to have nothing else, just moments. One after another, instead of living so many years ahead of each day, I'll be one of those people who never go anywhere without a thermometer, a harbor bottle, a raincoat, and parachute. If I had it to do again, I would travel lighter next time. If I had my life to live over, I would start barefoot early in the spring and stay that way later in the fall. I would go to more dances. I would ride more merry-go-rounds. I would see more daisies. Dolphins gift. I was in about 40 feet of water alone. I knew I should not have gone alone. I knew I should not have gone alone. But I was very competent, and just took a chance. There was not much current, and the water was so warm, clear and enticing. When I got a friend, I realized at once how foolish I was. I was not too alarmed. But was completely doubled up with a storm of friends. I tried to remove my weight back, but was so doubled up I could not get to the catch. I was sinking and began to feel more frightened. Unable to move, I looked in my watch and knew there was only a little more time on the tank before I would be out of air. I tried to massage my abdomen. I wasn't wearing wet shoes, but couldn't straighten out and couldn't get to the pain muscle with my hand. I thought I can't go like this. I have things to do. I just couldn't die anonymously this way, with no one to ever know what happened to me. I called out in my mind, somebody, something, help me. I was not prepared for what happened. Suddenly I felt a holding from behind me under the armpit. Oh. I thought, oh no, shout. I felt real terror and despair, but my arms were being lifted forcefully. Around into my field of vision came an eye, the most marvelous eyes I could ever imagine. I swear it was smiling. It was the eye of a big dolphin. Looked into that eye, I knew I was safe. It moved farther forward, nudging under, and hooked its dorsal fin below my armpit with my arm over its leg. I relaxed, hugging it. Flooded with relief. I felt that the animal was conveying securely to me, that it was healing me as well as lifting me toward the surface. My stomach cramp went away as we ascended, and I relaxed with security. But I felt very strong that it healed me too. At the surface, it drove me all the way to the shore. It took me into water so shallow that I began to be concerned that it might be beach. And I pushed it back a little deeper, where it waited, watching me. I guess to see if I was alright. It felt like another lifetime. When I took off the weight bag and oxygen tank, I just took everything off and went naked back into ocean to dolphin. I felt so light and free and alive, and just wanted to play in the sun and the water in all their freedom. The dolphin took me back out and played around in the water with me. I noticed that there were a lot of dolphins there following. After a while, it brought me back to shore. I was very tired then, almost collapsing, and he made sure I was safe in the shallowest water. Then he turned sideways with one eye looking into me, mine. We stayed that way for what seemed like a very long time. Time is, I guess. The plan is almost with personal thought in the past going through my head. He made just one sound and went out to join the others, and all of them left. Beautiful story. The touch of the master's hand. Better scared, scarred and auctioneers thought it scarcely worth his while to waste much time in all right, but held it up with a smile. What am I bidding you folks? He cried. Who will start the bidding for me? $1, then two. Only two. $2, and who will make it there? Three. $3 once, $3 twice. Going for three? No. From the room far back, gray-haired man came forward and picked up the bowl. Then, wiping the dust, the violin and tightening the loose string, he played the melody pure and sweet, as a caroling angel sings. The music ceased, and the auctioneer, with a voice that was quite alone, said, "What am I bid for the old violin?" And he held it up with a bow. $1,000. And who will make it two? 2,000. And who will make it three? 3,000 once, 3,000 twice. And going and going. The people cheered, but some of them cried. We do not quite understand what change it was. Chiefly can reply, the touch of master's hand. And many men with a life, with the out of tune, and battered and scarred with sin, is auctioned cheap in the thoughtless crowd, much like the old violin, a mass of glass and wine, a game and a travel. It's going once and going twice, going and almost gone. The master comes and the foolish crowd never can quite understand the words of a soul, the chain that's rolled by the touch of the master's hand. Wow. Great. Enough. Oh, what a beautiful story I'm reading today. So beautiful stories. Chicken soup for the soul. Wow, great. Yeah. After reading, yeah. When reading, I feel happy with this book. With love, with dedicate this book to our wives and daughters. And our children. Love the one creative force. Spread the love everywhere you go. First of all, in your own house. Give love to your children, to your wife, or husband, to next door neighbors. Then no one ever come to you without living better and happier. The great sentence. No one. Let no one let no one ever come to you without living better and happier. This is important message. Okay, let's remember. Let no one ever come to you without living better and happier. Mother Teresa. Okay. Is a living expression of God. Kindness in your face. Kindness in your face. Kindness in your eyes. Kindness in your smile. Kindness in your warm greeting. Okay. To make a good life. College professor had his social class going to Baltimore slum to get case history of 200 young boys. They were asked to write an evaluation of each boy's future. In every case, the students wrote, he hasn't got a chance. 25 years later, another sociology professor came across the earlier study. He had his students follow up on the project. He had his students follow up on the project to see what had happened to these boys, with the exception of 20 boys who had moved away or died. The students learned that 176 of the remaining 108 had achieved more than ordinary success as lawyers, doctors, and businessmen. The professor was astounded and decided to pursue the matter further. Fortunately, all the men were in the area. Fortunately, and he was able to ask each one, how do you account for your success? How do you account for your success? In each case, the reply came with feeling. There was a teacher. Wow. The teacher was still alive. So he saw her out. Yeah. And asked the old but still alert lady what magic formula she had used to pull these boys out of the slums into successful achievement. The teacher's eyes sparkled and her lips broke into gentle smile. It's really very simple, she said. I love those boys. Once upon a time, there was a great man who married a woman of his dreams. With their love, they created a little girl. She was a bright and cheerful little girl, and the great man loved her very much. When she was very little, he would pick her up from a tree and dance with her around the room. And he would tell her, I love you, little girl. And the little girl was growing up. The great man would hug her and tell her, I love you, little girl. The little girl would pout and say, I'm not a little girl anymore. Then the man would laugh and said, but to me, you'll always be my little girl. The little girl was not little anymore, left her home and went in the world. And she learned more about herself. She learned more about the man. She saw that he truly was great and strong, but now she recognized his strength. One of his strengths was his ability to express his love to his family. It didn't matter where she went in the world. The man would call her and say, I love you, little girl. The day came and the little girl, who was not little anymore, received a phone call. The great man was damaged. He had a stroke. He was They explained to the girl he couldn't talk anymore then, and they weren't sure that he could understand the words spoken to him. He could no longer smile, laugh, walk, hug, dance, so tell little girl was not little girl anymore, that he loved her. And so she went outside the little girl, and she walked into the room and saw him. He looked small and not strong at all. He looked at her and tried to speak, but he couldn't. The little girl did the only thing she could do. She climbed up on the bed next to grandma. Tears ran from both of their eyes. She drew her arm around the useless shoulder of her father. Her head on his chest. She thought of many things. She remembered the wonderful times together, and how she had always felt protected and cherished by the great man. She felt great grief for the loss she was enduring, the words of love that had comforted her. And then she heard from within the man the beat of his heart. The heart where the music and the words had always lived. The heart beat on steadily, unconcerned about the damage to the rest of the body. And while she was there, the magic happened. She heard what she needed to hear. His heart beat out the word, and his mouth could no longer say, I love you, love you, love you, love you, little girl. And she was comforted. Oops! Beautiful stories. Love it. True love. Moses Mendelssohn, grandfather of the well-known German composer, was far from being handsome. Along with a rather short stature, he had a grotesque hunchback. One day he visited a merchant in Hamburg who had a lovely daughter named Mother fell hopelessly in love with her, but was repulsed by his misshapen appearance.
아니 버스 타고 지나가다
When it
봤어.
came time for him to leave,
왼쪽 아니고
Moses gathered his courage and climbed the stairs to her room to take one leg up and to speak with her. She was a vision of heavenly beauty, but caused him to deep sadness by her refusal to look at him. After several attempts at conversation, Moses challenged her, "Do you believe marriage are made in heaven?" Yes, answer. Still looking at the floor. And do you? Yes, I do. He replied, "You see in heaven at the birth of each boy, Lord on earth, which girl he will marry. When I was born, my future bride was pointed out to me. Then Lord added, but your wife will be humpbacked. Right then and there I called out, "Oh Lord, a humpbacked woman would be a tragedy. Please, Lord, give me the hump and let her be beautiful." And I looked up into his eye, was stirred by some deep memory. He reached out and gave her hand and later became his devoted wife. Oh, beautiful stories. Oof. I break time. Still raining. once at a time. A friend of ours walking down a deserted Mexican village at sunset. One at a time, as he walked along, he began to see another man in the distance. As he grew nearer, he noticed that the local native kept leaning down, picking something up, and throwing it out into the water, time and again out into the ocean. As our friend approached even closer, he noticed that the man was picking up starfish that had been washed up on the beach, one at a time, one at a time. He was throwing them back into the water. Our friend was puzzled. He approached the man and said, "Good evening, friend. I was wondering what you are doing." I'm throwing the starfish back into the ocean. You see, it's a low tide right now, and all of the starfish have been washed off onto the shore. If I don't throw them back into the sea, they will die up here from lack of oxygen. I understand my friend replied, but there must be thousands of starfish on this beach. We can't possibly get through all of them. There are simply too many. And don't you realize this is probably happening on hundreds of beaches all up and down this coast? Can't you see that you can't possibly make a difference? The local native smiled, bent down and picked up yet another starfish, and as he threw it back into the sea, he replied, "Made a difference to that." Story for Valentine. Story for Valentine Day. Daddy and John and on ordinary people. They lived in an ordinary house. Daddy and John, ordinary people, they lived in an ordinary house on an ordinary street. Like any other ordinary people, they struggled to make ends meet and to do the right thing for their children. They ordinary in another way. They had their struggle.
여기 또 있다. 수아나 여기도 있네. 올라가요.
Much of their conversation concerned what was wrong in the marriage and who was to blame. Until one day when most extraordinary event took place. You know, Joanne had a magic chair of draw. Every time I open them, they're full of socks and underwear very sad. I want to thank you for feeding them all these years. Then said the husband over the top of a glass. What do you want, Larry? Nothing. I just want you to know I appreciate those magic throw-ups. This was the first time Larry had done something. Oh. So Joan proceeded instant out of her mind until a few days later. Joan, thank you for recording so many correct check numbers. This month. You put down the right number 15 or 16 times. That's a record. Disbelieving what she had heard, Joanne looked up from her mending. Ready? You're always complaining about my recording the wrong check number. Why stop now? No reason, I just wanted you to know I appreciate the effort you are making. Joanne shook her head and went back to her mending. What's got into him? She mumbled to herself. Nevertheless, the next day when Jan wrote a check at the grocery store, she glanced at her checkbook to confirm that she had put down the right check number. Why do I suddenly care about those dumb check numbers? She asked herself. She tried to disregard the instant, but as strange behavior intensified. Jan, that was a great dinner, she said one evening. I appreciate all your effort. I appreciate all your effort. Why in the past 15 years I bet you fixed over 14,000 meals for me and the kids. Benji, Jack. The house looks empty. You really worked hard to get it looking so good. And even thanks, Joanne, for just being you. I really enjoy your company. Joanne was growing worried. Growing worried. Where's those sarcasm, criticism, she wondered. Her fear that something peculiar was happening to her husband. Were confirmed by 16-year-old Shelley, who complained, "Dad is gone." Bomb pack. Bomb. Let's go bomb packer. Mom, he just told me I look nice with all this makeup and this sloppy clothes. You still said it. It's not that, Mom. What's wrong with him? Whatever was wrong, really didn't get over it. Day in, day out, he continued focusing on the party. Over the weeks, Jan grew more accustomed to her maid's unusual behavior, and occasionally even gave him grudge. Think she prides herself on taking it all in stride. Talking all stride. Until one day something so peculiar happened. She became completely discombobulated. I wanted to take a break, but I said I am going to do the dishes. So please take your hands off the frying pan and leave the kitchen. Long table. Thank you, Mary. Thank you very much. John's step was now a little lighter. Her self-confidence higher, and once in a while she hummed. She didn't seem to have as many blue moons anymore. I rather like her as you began, she thought. That would be the end of the story, except one day another most extraordinary event took place. This time it was Joanne who spoke. Really, she said, I want to thank you for going to work and providing for us all these years. I don't think I've ever told you how much I appreciate it. Glenn has never revealed the reason for his dramatic change of behavior. No matter how hard Joanne had pushed it for an answer. And so, it will likely remain one of the life mysteries, but this one I'm thankful for living. Lucy and Joanne. Whew. Beautiful story. Puppy is the same. Store owner was taking a sign over his door that read, "Puppies for sale." Signs like that have a way of attracting small children, and sure enough, a little boy appeared under the store owner's sign. How much are you going to sell the puppy for? Yes, the store owner replied. Anywhere from $30 to $50. The little boy reached in his pocket, pulled out some change. I have $2.37. Can I please get them? The store owner smiled and whistled and out of the candle came right. Then down the aisle of the store, followed by 5 teeny tiny dolphins. Our puppy was lagging considerably behind. Immediately the little boy singled out the lagging, limping puppy and said, "What's wrong with the little dog?" Stone explained that the Ranian had examined the little puppy and had discovered it didn't have a hip part. It would always limp. It would always be lame. The little boy became excited. He thought, "That is the little puppy that I want to buy." The owner said, "No, you don't want to buy that little dog. If you really want him, I'll just give him to you."
아니 근데 저희가
The little boy got quite upset. He looked straight into the store owner's eyes, pointing his fingers and said, "I don't want you to give
ABC마트 들려야 되는데
him to me." That little dog was every bit as much as all the other dogs. And I'll pay full price. In fact, I'll give you $2.37 now and 50 cents a month until I have him paid for. The store owner countered, "You really don't want to buy this one. He is never going to be able to learn and jump and play with you like the other puppies." To this, the little boy reached down, rolled up his pants, leg, to reveal the little teeth, crimped the left leg, supported by the metal rings. He looked up at the store owner and softly replied, "Well, I don't learn so well myself, and the little puppy will need someone who understands." Wow.
8층에 세 번째가 있었구만. 와.
Learning to love yourself. Learning to love yourself. Golden Buddha. And now here is my secret. Very simple secret. It's only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisibility. What is essential? What is essential? What is essential is invisible to the eye. In the fall of 1988, my wife Georgia and I were invited to give a presentation on self-esteem, big performance at a conference in Hong Kong. Since we had never been to the Far East before, we decided to extend our trip and visit Thailand. When arrived in Bangkok, we decided to take a tour of the city's most famous Buddhist temples. Along with our interpreter and driver, Georgia and I visited numerous Buddhist temples that day. But after a while, they all began to blow in our memory. However, there was one temple that left an indelible impression on our heart and mind. It is called the Temple of the Golden Buddha. The temple itself is very small, probably no larger than 30 feet by 30 feet. But as being entered, we were surrounded by the presence of a 10.5 foot tall, solid gold. It weighs over 2 and a half tons and is valued at approximately $196 million. It was quite an awesome sight, kindly, gentle, yet imposing, solid gold Buddha smiling down at us as he emerged. Ourselves in a normal sighting cab, taking pictures while finishing of this. I walked over to a glass case. They contain a large piece of clay about each 8 inches deep, 12 inches wide. Next to glass carrot was a typewritten page. Describe the story of this magnificent piece of art. Back in 1957, a group of monks from monastery had to relocate the clay Buddha from their temple to a new location. Monastery was to be relocated to make room for the development of a highway through Bangkok. And the crane began to lift the giant idol. The weight of it was so tremendous that it began to crack. What's more, rain began to fall. The whole monk, who was concerned about damage to the sacred Buddha, decided to lower the statue back to ground and covered with a large canvas towel to protect it from the rain. Later that evening, the hermit went to check on the Buddha. He shined his flashlight under the crowd to see if the Buddha was staying dry. As the light reached the crowd, he noticed a little gleam shining there and thought it strange. As he took a closer look at this gleam of light, he wondered if there might be something underneath the glare. He went to fetch a chisel and hammer from the monastery and began to chip away it. As he knocked off shell plate, little gleam grew brighter and brighter. Many hours of labor went by before the monk stood face to face with the extraordinary solid Buddha. History believed several hundred years before the Herod's discovery, clay mm, several hundred years before the Herod must be several hundred years before. The Burma army was about to invade Thailand. Called Siamese monks realized that their country would soon be attacked, covered their precious golden Buddha with an outer covering of clay in order to keep their treasure from being looted by the Burmese. Unfortunately, it appears that the Burmese slaughtered all the Siamese monks, and the well-kept secret of the golden Buddha remained intact. Until the fateful day in 1957. As he flew home on Cathy Fesby Airlines, I began to think to myself, we are all like gray Buddha, covered with the shadow of hardness, created out of fear. And yet underneath each of us is a golden Buddha, a golden Christ, a golden essence, which is our real self. Somewhere along the way, between the age of 2 and 9, we begin to cover up our golden essence, our natural self, much like the monks with the hammer and the chisels. Our now is to discover our true essence once again. My declaration of self-esteem. Oh, still in Indian. what I am is good enough. If I would only lie often. The following was written in answer to a 15-year-old girl's question. How can I prepare myself for fulfilling life? I mean, in all the world, there's no one else exactly like me. There are people who have some power, like me, but no one has exactly like me. Therefore, everything that comes out of me is eventually mine, because I alone choose. I own everything about me, my body, self-esteem. I own everything about me, my body, including everything it does, my mind, including all my thoughts and ideas, my eyes, including the images of all they behold. My feelings, whatever they might be, anger, joy, frustration, love, disappointment, excitement, my mouth, and all the words that come out of it, polite, sweet, and love, correct or incorrect, my voice, loud and soft, all my actions, whether they be others or myself. I own my fantasy, my dreams, my hopes, my fears. I own all my triumphs and successes, all my failures and mistakes. Because I own all of me, I can become finally, I can become intimately acquainted with me. By so doing, I can love me, be friend with me in all my parts. I can then make it possible for all of me to work in my best interest. I know there are aspects about myself that puzzle me and other aspects that I do not know. But as long as I am friendly and loving to myself, I can courageously and hopefully look for solutions to the puzzles and for the ways to find out more about me. Whatever I look and sound, whatever I say and do, and whatever I think and feel at a given moment in time is me. This is authentic and represents where I am at the moment in time. And I reviewed later how I looked and sound, what I said and what I did, and how I thought and I felt. Some parts may turn out to be unrepeatable. I can discard that which is unfitting and which is fully fitting, and then something new for that which I discard. I can see, hear, feel, think, say, and do. I have tools to survive. To be close to others, to be productive, to make sense and order out of the world of people and things are outside of me. I own me, and therefore I can own me, and I'm me, and I'm okay. Sad to say, spring day. Oh, cloudy. Rules for being human. Rules for being human is important. You will receive a body. You may like it or hate it, but it will be yours for the entire period of this time of life. You will learn lessons. You are enrolled in a full-time informal school called Life. Each day in this school, you will have opportunity to learn lessons. You may like the lessons and think them irrelevant and stupid. There are no mistakes, only lessons. Growth is a process of trial. Yeah, growth is a process of trial and error. Experimentation. The failed experiment as much a part of the process as the experiment that ultimately works. A lesson is repeated until learned. A lesson will be presented to you in various forms until you have learned. When you have learned it, you can then go on to the next lesson. Learning lessons does not end. There is no part of life that does not contain lessons. If you are alive, there are lessons to be learned. There is no better than here. When you there has become a here, you will simply obtain another there. That will again look better than here. Others are merely mirror view. You cannot love and or hate something about another person unless it reflects something you love or hate about yourself. What you make of your life is up to you. You have all the tools and resources you need. What you do with them is up to you. So the choice is yours. Your answers lie inside you. The answer to life questions are inside you. All you need to do is look, listen, and trust. We'll forget all of this. Oh, it's over 6 o'clock. Okay, let's see what's going on. Oops.
나와서 부모가 먹고 싶은 게 있어. 지하 주차장으로 갈 거야 이제. 지하 주차장에 백화점으로 넘어가서 여기 일로 와봐.
Parenting. Children learn what they live. Yeah, if children live with criticism, they learn to condemn. If children live with austerity, they learn to fight. If children live with fear, they learn to be apprehensive. If children live with pity, they learn to feel sorry for themselves. If children live with ridicule, they learn to be shy. If children live with jealousy, they learn what envy is. If children live with shame, they learn to feel guilt. If children live with tolerance, they learn to be patient. If children live with encouragement, they learn to be confident. If children live with praise, they learn to appreciate. Oh. If children live with approval, they learn to like themselves. If children live with acceptance, they learn to find love in the world. If children live with recognition, they learn to have a goal. If children live with sharing, they learn to be generous. If children live with honesty and fairness, they learn what truth and justice are. If children live with security, they learn to have faith in themselves. and those around you. If children live with friendliness, they learn the world is a nice place in which to live. If children live with serenity, they don't have peace of mind. With what are your children living? Wow. Okay, I'm going to finish up now. Oh, so happy to share wonderful lady time. Thank you. See you some other time. Okay.